Welcome to Portugal Property Insider, brought to you by the expert team at Private Luxury Collection. If you're thinking about buying, investing, or relocating to Portugal, especially the Algarve, you're in the right place. We cut through the noise to bring you straight-talking insights on luxury real estate, legal updates, market trends, and everything you need to make smart property decisions from abroad. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a seasoned investor, or simply dreaming of a life in the sun, this is your trusted guide to navigating Portugal's high-end property market, one conversation at a time.
Welcome back to Portugal Property Insider, the podcast where we decode the details of Portuguese real estate, share the inside scoop on buying in the Algarve, and help you avoid expensive mistakes before they even happen. I'm Lorraine Hodges from Private Luxury Collection, and in this episode we're putting the spotlight on the most common and often costly mistakes foreign buyers make when they're trying to purchase property in Portugal. And even more importantly, we'll tell you exactly how you can avoid them. Whether you're just starting your research or you're already deep into the paperwork, this episode is essential listening. So let's be real, not all real estate agents are the same, and in Portugal things aren't always what they seem. The number one mistake we see buyers make, they rely solely on property listings they find online, or they just walk into any random real estate office. The problem is, many of these agents work for the seller, not for you. Many agents in Portugal often work on a first-come, first-served basis. The one who brings the buyer is the one who gets the commission. This means some agents might show you absolutely anything just to close the deal, even if it's clearly not the right fit for your needs. And those big property websites, they're often outdated, have duplicate listings, and are full of bait properties that were actually sold months ago. You could spend weeks falling in love with a property that's already off the market. So how do you avoid this? Work with an agency that truly focuses on you, the buyer. At Private Luxury Collection, we are legally and ethically committed to looking out for your best interests first. Ask your agent how they find properties. Do they have access to off-market listings? Do they use international multiple listing services? Or do they have strong networks with other trusted brokers? This access matters. And don't just send random WhatsApp messages to agents you find on big property sites. Get organized. Work with a trusted team from the start who can guide you strategically, not just show you what's publicly available. Rushing into the promissory contract without clarity. The Contrato Promessa de Compra e Venda, or CPCV, is preliminary contract in Portugal, and it is a legally binding contract. Once you sign this and transfer your deposit, which is usually 10% of the purchase price, there's often no turning back without severe financial penalties. Too often, buyers are rushed into signing a CPCV without fully understanding all the conditions, the timelines involved, or even the property's complete legal status. We've seen heartbreaking cases where clients didn't verify important details, like whether the property had the necessary AL license for local accommodation rentals, or even worse, they signed the CPCV without a proper legal due diligence report from their own lawyer. This means they committed to a purchase without truly knowing what they were buying. How to avoid this critical mistake? Never ever sign a CPCV without your own independent lawyer carefully reviewing every single clause. This is non-negotiable. And make sure you clearly understand what happens if the seller backs out, or indeed if you do. What are the penalties for each party? Ensure that you're financing any necessary licenses like the AL and any other conditions you need are explicitly spelled out and agreed upon in that contract. This protects your interests. Portugal's tax system can be great for some, or it can be a real headache for others, depending on how well you understand it before you buy. Buyers are often surprised by the various taxes involved, such as IMT. This is the municipal property tax transfer, paid when you buy the property. Stamp duty, an additional tax on the transaction. And annual IMI, the yearly municipal property tax, similar to property taxes in other countries. And then there's a big one that catches many off guard, inheritance laws, which are very different from, say, the US or the UK. Portugal has a forced heirship system, meaning a portion of your estate will automatically go to certain family members, regardless of your will, unless you've specifically opted for your national law if you're an EU citizen. Then there's the AL licence, which stands for Alojamento Local, or local accommodation. Many properties advertised as great investments are counting on short-term rental income. But be aware, licensing rules are getting much stricter. Some areas, like parts of Lisbon and certain zones within the Algarve, are already closed to new AL licenses, making it impossible to get one for a property in those locations. How to avoid these pitfalls? Get a pre-purchase tax consultation. This is especially important if you're bringing in significant money or assets from another country. A good tax advisor can help you structure your purchase smartly. If inheritance planning is important to you, discuss it with your lawyer. They can advise you on how the property should be held, personally or through a company, to best suit your long-term estate plans. And never just assume you can rent out a property on Airbnb. Always check the local AL zone rules before you commit to buying, especially if rental income is a key part of your investment strategy. Here's where many buyers lose money, often without even realising it. They use their domestic bank account to send large sums of money in foreign currency, and then they get hit with high bank fees and poor exchange rates. These small percentages can add up to thousands or even tens of thousands of euros. Or they might trust a bank they've never heard of to open an account without checking if it's secure and fully compliant with international regulations. And never ever try to buy property without the right lawyer. We're not talking about just any lawyer, but one who truly understands Portuguese real estate law, works extensively with international buyers, and speaks your language fluently. Taking legal shortcuts is one of the riskiest things you can do. Use a dedicated currency exchange service. These services specialize in international money transfers, and they can often lock in much better exchange rates for you and help you avoid significant bank transfer fees. Open a Portuguese bank account with your lawyer's assistant or through a contact you trust. They can guide you through the process and ensure everything is set up correctly. You will need a Portuguese SNIF. It's a tax identification number to open any bank account, which again your lawyer can also help you obtain. And hire your own independent lawyer. This lawyer should not be connected to the seller or the real estate agent in any way. Their sole responsibility is to protect your interests throughout the entire purchasing process. Portugal is an absolutely beautiful place to live and invest, but it's not a foolproof place to buy. These common mistakes are in fact avoidable. With the right team by your side, asking smart questions and approaching the process with a healthy dose of caution, you can buy with confidence, avoid unpleasant surprises, and truly enjoy the lifestyle you've been dreaming of. Want a handy checklist of these mistakes and how to avoid them? We've put together a free download for you, linked directly in the show notes. Ready to speak with a buyer's agent or lawyer who truly understands your needs? Book a consultation with us at Private Luxury Collection. The link is also in the show notes. Thanks for listening to Portugal Property Insider. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode with anyone looking for property in Portugal, and we'll catch you next time. Stay curious, stay confident, and make smart moves.